Hello, hello, everybody. Are back. It's the World Series, the GT Driver Career, and after 8 rounds of the Rookies Cup, it's now time to tackle the Masters Cup. It's round 1 today, and we are heading over to Italy. Lego Maggiore, the West layout it will be, and the first 2 rounds the drivers will get to drive the Honda Civic Type R Limited Edition FK8 year 2020. So a racy looking car, definitely. And you see the rest of the schedule as well. Next week we'll be at the Tokyo Expressway South. Then we switch cars, we go into the Mazdas, the touring car for Blue Moon Bay in Field B, and also Grand Valley South. Then you have the Toyota GR Corolla with 2 rounds deep first, and also Sardinia. Layout B it will be, and then for the final 2 races it will be the Porsche GT 3RS at Trail Mountain and Dragon Trail Garden. So that's the setup for the season. And I think it's time to move over to the big screen. So the Masters Cup, it will be a 130-minute race on sports of tires for all of the races, and we sorry, my voice. We have a 10-minute qualifying session before that race to settle the grid order. Qualifying will start in roughly 3 minutes. Just letting the drivers know. So the Honda Civic FF car. It's a bit of understeer happening again, and B Racing was a bit paranoid, wanted to change the oil. Was it the car or was it the driver? Yeah. Old man platter, we all know that. So yeah, a lovely looking grid, some gorgeous liveries here, very colorful. That's what we want to see, of course. And we also have the defending champion Blasi, who took the crown in the Rookies Cup. B Racing finished second, and Ruckus in third. So the top 3 from the Rookies Cup are also driving in the Masters Cup. We have also Shelty with us for the Masters Cup. Always someone to have an eye on. Only Couch Racing was also competing in the Rookies Cup. White Tiger is back. Kip was a reserve. He's trying to go full time. I think Stu. There's Taz joining us today. We have Rick from Australia with his signature lime green bright liveries. By the looks, he did his first race with CLR this Monday. Trelency and Ewok, the 2 drivers that were battling like crazy in the Rising Stars series. So hope they have a good race, a good battle again for this one. Alright, so with that being said, we should be ready to start the qualifying session. Good luck. So, quali starting now. So 10 minutes. I'm the host, yeah, I have to start everything, if that's correct. So yeah, we have 10 minutes. Spots of tires. We're starting on a full tank of fuel and have also the same tire wear and fuel consumption multipliers. That's ×1. Here we go. I'm ready. And here we go. The qualifying session has started and we still hear those horns, those annoying horns. But hey, that's what you get when you create series with road cars, right? No complaining. It's just everyone says hello. That is all cool. So some drivers taking it easy, waiting in the pits to get a little of a gap going. And who is the first car out on track? We should have a sorted grid. No, it's not Stu, it's not Taz. It is White Tiger who leads the pack. B Racing and River. Just skim through the grid of the cars. Get an idea. Lego Maggiore, a well-known track introduced in GT Sport, and saw plenty of racing action across the lifespan of the game. So all 12 drivers are out on track, and White Tiger approaching the final turn, and this is my signal to go on board with White Tiger. So coming down the start finish straight, then roughly at the end of that wall, brake the left hand side into the chicane. Missed that apex a little bit, but stays on the tire mark into the slow right-hander. Now the right-hander, a little lift upshift to fourth onto the throttle early to carry the speed for the uphill S's. Nice run. Now over the crest, and then we see in the distance big old Banky boy appearing. So just at the marker before the 50 board, onto the brakes. Didn't get quite to that apex, but carried some decent momentum out of Banky Boy into the final sector. We go uphill, left, then cut the right hander. Don't run too wide on the exit, and now into the double right hander, fourth gear. A bit of sideways action going on, stuck in between fourth and third gear usually, but keeps it in fourth. And now coming round my nemesis corner, last turn at this track. Missed that apex, didn't carry the speed, so still think room for improvement. And what we'll see at 34 something, 35.0, I think we will get quicker lap times. 34.0 B Racing sets the first reference lap time for the competitors. Shelty in P2 with a 34.2, River Ruckus with a 34.5, and Blasi with a 34.8. So Blasi with the announcement he wants to defend the homeland. We'll see if he can pick up a little bit of pace, improving. One, so we'll stay with the Italian driver. It looked like a decent run, yeah. No touchy on that gravel. And the fastest pizza delivery in the entire GT community. Proving still. Needs to find more time, but I haven't seen the final sector, of course. Last time maybe there was a bit of a mistake or a lift. You can ride that sausage curb to get a better line. And Then a bit sideways, missed the apex. Nearly touches the grass, but carries some good speed. Maybe with a little bit of a slipstream. Will this be an improvement? 34.4, so we go half a second that gap. Now, we're racing still. Provisional pole, Shelty in P2, River improved. White Tiger up to P4 with then Blasi in P5. Oops, that's a bit too wide. Couch in 6 currently. Stu was in P7, Trulenzi moved up to P7. Stu in 8th. We have the Taz and in P9. Evok in a pink car this time in P10. Rick in 11th in that green car. And Kip, no lap time so far. Goes for a new run. Now halfway through qualifying. Still some time to get a decent lap time in. B Racing won't be improving on that lap. What about Shelty? 2/10. That gap to B. Watch that final turn. White Tiger improving. River also at 34.0. That's close now. What about Shelty? 34.0 as well. Look at that. The top 3 separated by nothing. B Racing, River, and Shelty, all 3 with a 34.0. And White Tiger in 4th with a 0.3. What about Blasi? 0.4 currently. Not the cleanest qualifying session so far. So P5 it is at the moment. Couch. Not recorded a sub 35. Won't be improving on that lap as well. Let's get an idea if Blasi can improve. Oh, he's down 7/10. B, after that penalty, was this the one magic lap for B Racing? That puts him on pole position. Pole position, P2 and 3 in qualifying. They score some extra points as usual. And a good run through the final turn, picking up the pace for the next attempt. No improvement for River. Shelty also. 2 minutes to go, 2 more laps. Looks White Tiger still in P4. Where's the Pizza Boy? In P5, Stu improved to P6, and we see some more improvements happening. Oh, Stu riding, and that sausage cup on the inside goes a bit too wide on the exit. What about Couch? 35.1. Think he can go quicker. Not on this lap though. Look at the other gaps. 2/10 between Couch and Trulenzi, another 2/10 to Tess, 2/10 to Evok, and Kip in 11th, and Rick in P12, 3/10 to find to gain at least 1 position. So 30 seconds to go. Will we see some improvement? We have an overrun, so 1 more lap is doable if you just go with Blasi with that first, no, it was just like he was aiming for a 33, it's at 34.003. Another one who is recording a lap time with a .0. Oh, 4 drivers now, that is insane. And the top 4 basically at the same pace. Shelty a bit wide on that last lap. Couch racing won't be improving. What about White Tiger? Two and a half tenths to move up the order a little bit. We will see if it's doable. We get the next split sector time very soon. See, oh, White Tiger's purple. Can he maintain that pace? The double right-hander is so tricky. With the FF cars, you understeer. He's avoiding the curb as well. Oh, final turn now. The car went sideways a little bit, but carried the speed. Will this be an improvement? 34.2, yeah. Improved on the time, but not on position. Shelty. E-Racing didn't improve. So it looks like Lazi with the pole position, B-Racing P2 and River Rooks in P3. Where did I see that recently? The top 3 from the Rookies Cup. Also top 3 in qualifying, apparently. Shelty in 4th and White Tiger P5. I think everyone else has completed their qualifying session. So yeah. Have a quick look at the result. Oh. Take the screenshots. So to this. So let's have a look at our qualifying result. Chico Plazzi and with pole position. E-Racing in P2, River 3rd and Shelty P4. Every one like with a 34.0. Crazy. And White Tiger P5 with a 0.2. A little gap to Stu in P6. Couch Racing with a 35.1 in P7. Trilancy with a 0.3 in P8. Then Taz 0.5. 9 Evoke a 0.7 in P10, and then we have Kip and Rick in P11, P12 with 36s so far. Hopefully they can improve during the race or have a fun race all together. So yeah, to go back to that one. So we are starting soon. Good luck. Have a good race. And let's bring up my race overlay. So 30 minutes, no scheduled planned pit stop. It's a flat out race, 30 minutes. Tires might get a little bit of wear towards the end, but nothing major. It's the sports soft tires, and ×1 with the wear, ×1 with the fuel as well. So here we go. Round 1, Masters Cup, part of the GT driver career, starting now. Whoop whoop. Interesting camera perspective, but I'll take that for a start. Let's go. We hear the horns, we should hear the engines at some points, and we see the red lights. 4 of them, 5. And it's green, go, 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 Blasi with a good start. I think B Racing bottled it a little bit. Could be that River already on the inside for a turn number 1. They go wide. B Racing goes very wide, loses 1 position at least. Under pressure, Shelty. A bit of lawn mowing happening early on in the mid pack. And a bit of dirty tires, Stu and White Tiger, the TCR drivers. Very close first time, uphill through the S's. Was Ewok. Couch didn't gain anything on the start, lost the position. Autolux, Trelancy, Taz, Rick and Kip, and they go side by side into Banky Boy, and Rick looking for the cutback move, gets a better exit. We should focus on the lead. Blasi and River 1-2, 1.4 seconds that gap to B, and he has a train right behind him, so it's time for Jägercam earlier on. E-Racing Shelty. Someone was teleporting out in the background for Crazy. It was a big leg spike. So hopefully that settles down now. We see the cars line astern behind E-Racing Shelty. Stu, White Tiger, Ewok, Couch. The entire grid right behind. Nice camera shot. Heading into turn number 1 and 2. It's sideways action happening. But as far as I can tell, clean through that first bit. And we have Kip, Taz and Rick with bumper to bumper racing through that first part. Blasi trying to open that gap, but River staying with Blasi. Yeah, deja vu from the Rookies Cup to be racing in 3rd. Still there, got himself a nice little gap to Shelty, gaining on the top 2. Shelty leading the next train of TCR drivers. Shelty, Stu and White Tiger with a big drift, losing some time. That definitely not the fastest way, but very spectacular. Now riding that sausage. Ewok right behind. Couch as well gets a better run out of the first turn. Can he get that run into turn number 1? We also see Stu and White Tiger side by side into the first turn. White Tiger keeps that position for now, and also Ewok just stays in front of the Couch Racing. Then 1 second gap to Trelancy. We have Kip, Taz and Rick at the back. Go to the front again. It's racing action everywhere. And Blasi going defensive. The inside line for Banky Boy. River looking around the outside. Can he make it? It is possible to go side by side through Banky Boy. But Blasi carried a bit more speed. Still they're side by side through the next bit. And now it's advantage Blasi for that right-hander the next couple of turns. All right-handers. Blasi on the inside versus River on the outside, and B is joining that party as well. We go a little bit of onboard camera action. The top 3. Oh, what a race we have here early on. Not even 5 minutes in, and we saw plenty of side-by-side racing action. Great stuff so far. With a good run out of the last turn. Shows his nose. Makes River a little bit nervous. River drifting it into turn number 1 and 2. Where is Shelty? Shelty says, hello, wait for me. I want to play with you as well. But has a half-second penalty. Unfortunately, where's the penalty zone? Oh, it's, I think, just uphill after the SS. We'll see how much you actually lose. It's 3/10. Now over the crest. And it's not too bad, to be fair. Less than half a second. What's going on with the penalties here? The penalty zone, that's one of the most favorable for the drivers. So top 4 now separated themselves from the next drivers. White Tiger in P5, Stu in P6. And a little gap to Evoke, and we see Couch Racing defending that P8 against Trilancy. Penalties for the drivers. Not ideal. Kip and Taz still close, and Rick trying to stay with them, not letting them drive away that easily. Top 3 still close, and Shelty as well in 4th position. B Racing with a good run into first couple of turns. Blasi goes a bit wide, but carries the momentum for the run. Everyone is going wide onto the grass, dirty tires as well for Blasi and River. Opportunity for B Racing for sure. Blasi and River, they will struggle for Banky Boy. If B Racing can apply some pressure now, make them go deep a little bit, who knows. And yeah, Blasi is struggling with grip. River goes up into P1. B Racing on the outside should have that position against Blasi. Yeah, Blasi has to back out of that. And then, but it's close. They are breaking for the double right-hander. Inside line for Blasi. Side by side, limit of contact. It's a bit of touring car racing action. Door banging. And B Racing on the outside now. A little tap. Lost a bit of momentum, but is still in that fight for P1. With all that fighting, River has a little gap now, half a second. Blasi had a good run out of on the final turn, trying to get closer in that slipstream. Shelty as well. Oh, be a bit too late. He avoids Shelty though. That is intense racing, and I think White Tiger wants to join that party as well. So if they continue like with battling, White Tiger might say hello as well. And Stu right behind. White Tiger goes on to the grass. Not ideal. Stu touched the sausage curve on the inside, also not the best line. Then Evoke 3 seconds to Couch. Oh, we see Trilancy lost a little bit, so he was further up the order. Ooh, we see side-by-side racing action out of Banky Boy again. River versus Blasi. River with that good exit speed. No, we'll go to Evoke and Couch, P7, P8. It is still close. Taz moved up to P9, freed himself a little bit from Kip, I think. So Trilancy in P10 needs to pick up the pace again. It's still a long way to go, 9 minutes in. So we have still more than 20 minutes of racing left, and Kip in that slipstream, and Rick is definitely getting into a rhythm. Can he close the gap. Oh, again we have side-by-side racing action into turn number 1. Blasi a bit deep onto the grass. River has to watch out for Shelty and be with the opportunity to maybe go for a move. We saw White Tiger in the distance onto the grass again. Or he loses that position now and gets a 1 second penalty. That is unlucky. But where to look. Onboard with the B racing like 5/10 between the top 4. Again over the crest down towards Banky Boy. River defending the inside line against Shelty. And B knocking on Shelty's rear. Let's go. Something happened where the gap has opened between B and Stu. Stu maybe also a bit I don't know, distracted by White Tiger's actions. So what happened to White Tiger? He went straight into a wall. Oh, that was very unlucky. A small tap between the two cars, and suddenly that car darted off to the left hand side. Top 4 still close. And he goes over the grass. Will this be a penalty? Could be. Was very wide, but maybe the game says, yeah, you were out of control. I'll allow it. And it looks like that's the case. So the top 4. Very close. We have Stu and Couch. 5 and 6. And Evok. 1 second to Couch Racing, not completely. They're out of the slipstream range and gets a good run. Then next up it is Taz and Trulancy, P8 and P9. Less than half a second separating those two drivers. We have Kip and the ever so unlucky White Tiger. Now in P11, can he regroup? Can he move up the order? He definitely has the pace. We saw that in qualifying. And Rick has someone to chase at the back currently. Oh, again, 2-3 wide situations. Turn 1 and 2. Always, and now it's B on the inside. River has to give up that position for now, and Blasi now with the biggest gap so far, 1.2, 1.3 seconds. Shelty in second position and B racing in third. River down to P4. So if those 3 drivers work together, they'll catch Blasi again, pretty sure. If they avoid battling for positions, this could be the case, maybe. Well, it looks like they're keeping it now single file. Whoa! Just as I was saying that, a massive slide, a massive moment. B. But how did he catch that? We go into chase gap. A bit of dirty tires coming onto the grass, but nearly taken out. Shelty, and River says, okay, so I will take that position then. if you two are fighting. But yeah, top 4 is still like close with Blasi, but now 2 seconds. So that fighting, yeah, it's all playing into the hands of the Italian driver. Now we're halfway through this race, so quick run down the grid. Blasi P1, B Racing second, River third, Shelty in P4, Stu fifth, Couch Racing in P6. Less than half a second, 1.2 that gap to Evok in P7. Then it's Taz under pressure, TCR drivers head to head. Taz versus Kip. Kip sends it down the inside. Taz with the attempt to go for the switchback, and White Tiger visits the kitty litter on the exit of Banky Boy. We'll have dirty tires, and Trulancy can probably both understeering like crazy and hitting a wall. So we see Trulancy with a little bit of damage, and White Tiger around the outside, onto the grass as well, but gets P11, goes sideways, wild driving once again, a bit too heated, and touches the grass and gets damage once again. So maybe if you're going too aggressive, that's not helpful. Or road cars, still that crazy weight transfer, so you have to manage the weight, car control, throttle control. Smooth driving is usually the key, even if it feels like very, very slow. That is. But with River Shelty and B Racing not really working together, it is Blasi 3 seconds leading now, and probably won't be looking back. The fastest lap currently belongs to Shelty with a 33.8, but Blasi with a 0.9, that's close. And again we have some slipstream battling going on that short start-finish straight. Now it looks like that the three drivers have come to an agreement, maybe, to work together. No, River is trying to break their toe. Not sure. I guess Blasi, River, and Shelty are in the same party chat. Maybe they have a little bit of banter going on with that race. But again, B Racing with a good run out of Banky Boy uphill, and once again we see bumper to bumper racing, braking for the double right-hander, and the three are so close, always through that section. 3 seconds, so that gap stays roughly the same now. So no side-by-side action at this stage will actually gain you some time. Look at that. Oh, drifty through that final turn. And going to the left, going to the right. Couch Racing got past Stu, P5 for the German driver. Stu in 6th with Evok, still in striking distance. Then it's Taz in P8, 9 seconds that gap now. We have the next group of cars, Rick, Kip, Trilancy. P9, 10, and 11. And Wild Tiger. Oh no, we have a disconnect. Evoke left. And Wild Tiger off track again. We're trying something here. Maybe going for a fastest lap attempt. Who knows, but yeah, unlucky for Evoke with that disconnect. And now we see the first lapping maneuvers. Evoke here. A short hiccup in that internet connection, network connection maybe, and unlucky for Evoke. It happens to all of us at some point. A 2.6 between Blasi and the 3-car battle group. They gained a little bit last 2 laps, working together. Now, are they? Still not sure. They're probably having just too much fun driving that close. And Shelty sending it down the inside into Banky Boy. River around the outside. They go side by side. And Shelty makes that move stick. Great move. A very typical move at Lego Maggiore, and understeer moment for River. Couldn't hold that line. B-Racing was there. I want to have a look at that overtake. How long will the replay last? So yeah, the apex a little bit of a tap, which gets like with the very sensitive collision physics. That I think it was on the edge, but okay with that close firing that we see all race long, and Rurkus is still there within that slipstream range, roughly a second to B-Racing and Shelty, and 2.8 the gap to Blasi, who's going into Banky Boy. 7 minutes to go. Good run for Shelty and B-Racing, P2, P3. River trying to bring down that gap. As P2 is still possible. Something weird just happened. I heard some tires, but Couch is still nodding, and oh, here we go. Something happened. Shelty lost a bit of time and everyone is sideways. River and Shelty, and here we go. Once again, they are now swapping positions like every corner. Maybe they realize they won't be catching Blasi at the front, so let's just fight every corner. And again, a little bit of contact. Heading into turn number 1 and 2 again. Over the grass. Oh, that's not passed. Will it be a penalty? I don't know. I pressed the replay marker at some point to see what happened. It looks like Shelty, not the best run out of Banky Boy, or a bit too wide into the double right-hander, and B Racing says, hello, I'm on the inside. So I wanted to go through the grid, Couch and Stu, P5, P6. That is not over yet. Taz in 7th. And Rick in 8th. Kip not too far behind. The same goes for Trilency. They come out of Banky Boy. And we have a White Tiger doing things on the track, but not interfering with the race. So Kip versus Trilency, and a little gap to Rick in P8. And again we see side by side racing action between the two TCR drivers. Be racing around the outside versus Shelty, and River is back with that battle group. So two fighting. The third driver says, okay, thank you, I'll take that. So we'll see a little bit of onboards now. Will we go 3 wide once again? River versus Shelty. Shelty on the inside. Let's get to the chase cam. See Shelty backing out of that. But River understeers into the wall. Cuts the inside. Is that okay? Yeah, probably. It probably is. Shelty jumping over the sausage curb. So we have 3 minutes to go. That is 2 more laps for this pack. Shelty wasn't close enough. Just showing his nose in the rear view mirror. So I need to do this. Haha. Nearly seamless transition with the camera work. 7/10 in that gap. Bobby Racing, that is a nice gap, and he goes purple on that penultimate racing lap. Can he get the extra points for the fastest lap of the race? Also looks River and Shelty with a good run. River actually a great run out of Banky Boy. Uphill we go, closing the gap less than half a second. Racing still purple. Will we see the new fastest lap? It could be River as well. Oh, the car goes sideways. Loses a 10th easily. Final turn. Good run. B Racing looks like to get that fastest lap, and no, Shelty got it. Shelty. And Shelty on the inside versus the River. Nah, couldn't get that move done, but gets the fastest lap. River with a 33.877. Shelty with a 33.800. B Racer with a 33.809. Lastly with an 806. Everyone was like improving crazy. So final minute of the race, 5-6 seconds roughly that gap for Blasi. So victory incoming, defending the homeland as announced. E-Racing second, River third, Shelty fourth. We have Couch and Stu still fighting for positions, P5 and P6. Taz with a penalty, but a big gap to Kip in P8. Trilency in 9th in a close battle with Rick with another penalty. So we'll have to wait and see if Blasi gets a victory lap. Will be close. Maybe not, maybe just crosses the line when the race timer finishes. Maybe he's getting that 1-0. Yeah, final lap for Blasi, too early. But you're B racing in P2, River 34th. Couch versus Stu coming round the final turn. Couch goes wide over the grass. Will he get that run? Yeah, he keeps P5, Stu P6. Then we have Taz in 7th. In the end, big gap to Stu and Kip, so 9 seconds clear. P7 for Taz. Kip versus Trelency coming out of that final turn. Rick also going very wide, and Kip will keep P8, Trelency P9, Rick in 10th, and White Tiger P11, and Blasi handbraked it over the line and then realized, oh, I still have to do that final lap. But again, a victory for Blasi on homeland. Italy racing so far. It's a one-man show here in the GT Driver Career 2025, and now he can deliver that pizza. Come on, now drive through the pit lane. Going for the spin again, and this time a nice little 360, and that's the end of round 1 race. Here for the Masters Cup. So just need to press on right buttons. So we go to the results screen and run you through the race results. So Blasi winning, getting the victory lap. E-Racing, fastest lap on the final lap the race as well, 33.663. He was pushing on that final lap. River in P3, so same as we left with the Rookies Cup. Blasi, E-Racing and River Rookies Shelty in P4. And we had Couch Racing and Stu P5, P6. They had a close battle for most of that race, and Tess was involved in early battles and made up some ground, some positions towards the end. P7, Kip in 8th, and on the second page I have Trelency, Rick, and they're also having a close race towards the end. White Tiger, after that race went downhill, finished in P11, and Evoke with the unlucky disconnect in P12. Alright, so that's it for round number 1. So we will be back next week. It will be the same car. We go to Japan, Tokyo Expressway South, counterclockwise. This will be the challenge for the drivers. So yeah, an entertaining race here, round 1 for the Masters Cup. I enjoyed it. We'll wait, see what driver reactions in the Discord, usual. And I'm gonna watch B Racing stream now. So thank you all for watching. We will be back next week on Tuesday with the Rising Stars. on Wednesday with the replay stream for the TEC off-season Super GT round, and then on Thursday with round 2, the Masters Cup. So take care, see you soon. Bye bye.